The most important change is we have a dog now, and I've called him Argos, because Argos in the Odyssey always makes me cry. Beyond that, you can see that there's been quite a bit of change. I have redecorated the interior of the house, so it doesn't look, well, like it did. We've even got a fireplace. Ignore the fact that it backs directly onto wood. I feel like that's a fire hazard, but it's okay. We don't need to worry about that. The truth is, I've been playing this a lot recently, and there's been a lot of changes that have been made. For my sake, I've also decided to stop playing with shaders on. As pretty as it is, well, my computer just can't run them. Just really sad. You'll still get fun little cinematics with them, but, you know. I've decided I'm going to give you a little tour around the area of all the new things that have been built. Off-camera mining, that sort of thing, because there's been quite a lot of changes, as you can tell. The first place I'm going to start with is my unfinished little enchanting area. I haven't finished this one yet. I'm not quite sure what design I want to go with, and I did build the ugliest nether portal ever behind it, so we'll figure it out. Meaning, yes, I have actually went to the nether. It's an awful spawn. It's like an island in the middle of nowhere with a whole bunch of piglins, which is so great because the first time I went in there, I forgot that you had to wear gold. Needless to say, I didn't die, but I nearly did. And I'm very bad at enchanting. I've never really learned how to enchant. But, you know, we've got a fun sword. And we went exploring and we found another another diamond pickaxe in one of those big ice towers, like the one near our spawn. So now we have two, one of which is silk touch, and one is this. And I added mending to this one, so that's good. One thing has mending. We found another shovel somewhere as well that had silk touch. So, and then my unenchanted diamond axe, pretty unexciting. Ignore how messy this all is as well. I've been busy. I made this cute little greenhouse as well. A lot of the designs I have just found stuff that looks similar on Pinterest and just sort of went from there because my building skills. Look, that house was made. A motorcycle just went past my house. I don't know if anyone could hear that. A lot of my builds are kind of ugly. And that's okay, there's nothing wrong with having ugly builds, but when you want something to look pretty. I did, however, I still need to ignore the roof isn't done, but I have made a proper storage area. I need to list these, these ones, but we do have these all nice and organized with all of our stuff in there, and we did do off-camera mining. I'm so sorry, I'm such a sellout. But yeah, it's cute down there. I do need to replace the roof. I haven't got around to it yet. It's really upsetting, I know, guys. But aside from more practical builds, I have also just built like some fun little decorative things. This is just like a very popular, like, I think if you look up fairy tree on Pinterest, it's a very popular kind of style of build, where it's just sort of like a cute little tree for the middle of this space. And just behind it, I built a place so that I could grow some sugar cane. So we've got a cute little pond with my very small number of sugar cane. I also found a bunch of firefly bushes. I am so obsessed with these. I think that they are so cute. I love the little, like how they have little fireflies come out. Like, magical, I'm saying. Around this way, our farm still looks the same, aside from the fact that I accidentally destroyed one of the pumpkin seeds, so now they don't grow in a nice even line. And we still have our little well, but that's not really had much reason to change. Ignore the dirt here. I realized that things could escape if they were small enough, and I have meant to replace it with fences, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. This is Sarge, our horse. He is named after a horse that we have in D&D, which is great. I don't really take him anywhere. I'm kind of scared he's gonna die. I also got a donkey. I got him before I got Sarge, so it does feel like a little bit of a betrayal. But we've built like a little section for all our animals. We got cows, sheep, we got a bunch of chickens, and a couple pigs. And I've not finished terraforming this bit yet. But when you come over here, clearly I've also been getting attacked by a lot of creepers, don't think about it too much. If I come this way, I have built a very interestingly shaped mob farm. When I started building this, I was under the assumption that it was an XP farm. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of it that I realized it is in fact a loot farm that I have kind of tried to reconfigure into an XP farm very unsuccessfully, as you can tell by my attempts to use carpet, because I don't know, I thought that would maybe do something. But it is, I think I'll have the link for the original one down the little description down below. Ooh, there's stuff in there. But it pretty much, because I don't have sticky pistons, I have to use it manually. So that's great. Which is why I've got this little shabby door. But pretty much, you've got a clock system, so this will flood all the platforms and push everything down. So it's not the best XP farm. I'm sure it's a decent mob farm if you're looking for drops, but it doesn't quite do its job as an XP farm, I find. But that's my fail, not the original designers. And I mean, it does to an extent work, because I mean, these guys are here. Come on. That spider is just... Hello? Ow! Okay, I don't like that they can hit me still. But he's just climbing away. He tried to jump scare me. That was really messed up. Anyway, point in case, it's obviously, as you can tell, a bit of a janky XP farm. It doesn't really do its job, so I'm thinking this might turn into a bit more of a decorative scenario. And I might build like one of those really ugly big mob farms off in the distance somewhere. But for the time being, this is sort of what we've got going for us. And this really... I didn't use any guide for this staircase, which is why it looks the way it does. Just, look, it's... if you think about it, it's abstract, it's artistic. Let me have this. Because I don't think that it looks awful. I think the platform, like the stairs leading up to the platform, is a bit intimidating. But I think the rest of the build turned out pretty decent, and that is, you know, because of a really excellent tutorial, but still, point in case. But more or less that's all the changes I've made to this world in my absence. Which is where we get to the exciting part. Where have I been? What have I been doing? I have been well and truly off. My laptop, about halfway through this year, actually broke. The fans went in it, and I apparently have the most annoying laptop known to man. The fans are only made in America, and obviously at the moment there's a lot of tariffs going on. So not only was it a really expensive fix, it was a really hard fix to get, because it was almost impossible to find anyone who would order these fans, because they'd have to still fork out for the tariff, and I don't know how to fix a laptop myself, so... Unfortunately, it did take me a while to fix. As you've seen, I came back for Halloween. I put out a little Halloween special playing Easy Delivery Co., which I did kind of have to rush in order to get out. which is why I'm not... Oh! Anyway, which is why I'm not super happy with it, but we moved. But yeah, aside from laptop failures, I have also just been a really busy person. I completed an internship at my university. I was studying imperial images and how the Roman Empire pretty much sustained itself on propaganda, even though we don't use that term in history because it's problematic, which was really, really interesting. It was actually such a fun little niche to get into. And on top of that as well, I actually graduated, which is super, super exciting. I've put so much hard work in the past couple of years to get this finished, and I can finally say that I have a degree in ancient history, which is great. Like, I'm proud of myself, and I'm beating the, you know, Minecraft content creators being unemployed or uneducated allegations. I'm a smart cookie. But all of this to say is that we will have sort of a, how do I put it, a new direction, a new take. I'm going to be around a lot more often, meaning I can make more content without having uni, you know, worrying me in the back of my mind. And that's going to be really exciting. I don't think I'm going to go back to the schedule I had where I was posting every week because it's a lot and it's really hard to learn editing skills when I'm kind of constantly churning out content. So I want to take a little bit of a step back from it and take more time to work on, you know, like the editing process and kind of learning it and figuring out what to do. Because yeah, my editing, at least from Easy Delivery Co, really taught me that I don't think I quite know what I'm doing yet, and it's okay to take more time to learn how to do it. But I do have a very exciting piece of news. When this uploads, yesterday, the Lumamon Gen 3 members will have been announced. I was trying to think of how to phrase that. I didn't know how to phrase it. It was really difficult for me. My bad. Lumamon Gen 3 members will have been announced, and I am very proud to announce that I will be joining for Gen 3, which is so super exciting. If you don't know what Lumamon is, it's a Cobblemon server ran by Lumastar, who is an absolute angel. I love her. But she's ran 3 generations, well, 2 generations so far, and she's running a 3rd, which I have participated in. The first generation, I was a fairy type gym leader. The 2nd generation, I was a Pokemon breeder, and the 3rd generation, you'll have to wait and see what I end up going with, because mostly I'm not sure. But I'm really excited because the past 2 generations, I've not been a content creator, but this time around I am going to be, and I plan on making videos about it. So get super excited because I'm in there with some really big names actually, and it's kind of a little bit intimidating. I feel like such a fraud and a little nepo baby, but I'm still having fun, and I have an expansive knowledge of Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon forever, and it's probably like my 2nd biggest game, next to like Minecraft. So I'm actually really, really thrilled to be part of Generation 3. And I'm really excited for you guys to all see about it because I don't feel like Lumamon's really in the YouTube space yet. It is very popular over on Twitch, but there's not really anyone doing YouTube for it. Oh, there is, but just like not consistently, you know? Anyway, all that to say, this is going to be a very short episode of just me walking around showing you things, which is so exciting for you guys. I'm so sorry. But all in all, we're going to be having a really good time this next year, I think, assuming that my laptop doesn't explode again. So, I will see you all next time.